The cloud. All right.
Hi everybody.
Hey everyone.
Happy Tuesday. I'm like,
It's-
what day is it? And they all blend together.
I feel like every time we start these, we are confused about the day.
Yes, we're like,
Right?
I think it's this day. I'm not sure, but it is Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yes.
No tea. Look at it. It's
Yeah.
like tea time Tuesday.
It's tea time Tuesday. We have no tea per usual.
Yes.
And
It's nothing different.
yeah, but we were laughing about. So we were talking about this post that we put out
Yes.
about lurking. And so since we started talking about it, we're like, you know what? Let's go live.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, because first of all, I thought it was so funny. One, because I thought Katie looked adorable. Like, she
Yeah.
legitimately looked like she was lurking.
Actually,
like,
it's
looking
really-
through the windows and stuff.
It was funny with Katie because she was injured. So she recently fell, and so she was injured. So I was like, hey, how you doing? I said, can you stand? And she said, yeah. And I said, oh, good, because I need your help.
And then she's like, I can't stand.
And then she's like, no, never mind.
I lied.
Yeah.
But she did, so anyway, I just thought it was so funny. And then I also thought it was pretty funny that like several people reached out and they were like, I have been lurking for a while.
Yes.
And like ended up booking class.
Right.
Or it was even a couple of people.
Trying the new deal.
Yeah, trying the new deal. And even just like people that are with us now that were like, I did lurk for a while. Like,
Yeah.
I was paying attention to your Instagram, to your Facebook, and just like my friends were telling me about you, but I was sort of just like, what's this all about?
Yes.
Before I took the first step.
If you're watching either now live or later on and you lurked for a while, let us know how long you've lurked.
Yeah, please let us know if you did and how long it took you to take a first class.
Yes.
But then we were talking about, like, have you ever done that?
Right.
And it was funny because I feel like you were saying, you know, like maybe with food, but we both eat everything.
Yeah, I try everything. But then I thought of it. I said, look, I try everything pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I feel like try it and I can decide if I don't like
Right.
it. Like,
Yes.
what's the worst?
But actually, you know what? It's funny. I'm changing my mind.
Oh.
Because I was going to say, I was going to talk about something else. I was
Yeah.
going to talk about, because my parents are someone who definitely, they like their restaurants, like certain restaurants that they go to, and they have a hard
My
time
parents
stepping
are
out of
similar.
that box. But there is something that I just thought of. I was someone who, like, remember when we first opened, I would never teach an early class ever.
Yes. Well, you were not I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, like I thought I physically couldn't wake up that early.
But now you are.
I know, now I teach at 6 a.m. But it took me a while before I was like, fine.
But I think it just goes to, like, you can do it, and
Yeah.
also sometimes you make it out to be worse than it is
Exactly.
or you think it's going to be.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so you're sort of like paying attention, you're figuring out like if I can do it, or you're like, or it's just, it takes effort.
Yeah,
You know, I feel like with waking up in the morning, like you do have to train yourself.
right.
You have to go to bed a little bit earlier. You need
Right.
to set alarms. Like you need to, you know, get into a routine. It's not just like overnight.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's what it is. It like takes time. And so sometimes it takes a little effort, but then you realize, like, I feel like you feel more accomplished when you're up early. You get more done. You know, like you start your day early, you sort of
Yep.
feel like ahead of the game. So like it's a win-win.
Right.
And it's kind of the same with us. I feel like people, we hear this constantly, but they say, I wish I started sooner. And it's just because I think that they think like, they were like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, or I don't know if this is for me, or I got to get in shape beforehand. And then once they take that first step, you know, even just reaching out to us and figuring out like, what do I do?
Right.
They feel so much better, and they realize it is for them, and that we have like something for everybody.
Yeah, I think you build things up in your head a lot of the times. You're thinking, you know, we just do. We get in our head, we're thinking, oh, this is going to be tough. I'm going to look weird. This is going to happen. And sometimes you have to just acknowledge it. I think that's a big one. Just acknowledge that, okay, this is just me. This is in my head, negative self-talk. And then that's the first step in taking that first step to trying something new. Because I think it's all about taking that first step, and it's like how to get there, right?
Yes.
It's
It's literally like, I think we just hype it up, and we're trying to figure out every scenario of what it's going to look like, and you won't know until you do it.
right,
And it will be so much better than you ever like thought up in your head.
right.
Also, interesting enough, I feel like people are like, they'll be concerned, oh, you know, well, I'm in class, and what if I don't know, you know, whether it's in person or virtually, they're like worried about, and I say this, and I really mean it, everyone is so selfish. We're all thinking about ourselves. So if you think everyone in class is looking at you,
right. Everyone's looking at
I'm
their own
sorry,
self.
they're looking at themselves.
Right.
Yeah, they're feeling the exact same. They're like worried about themselves.
Yes.
So, and that's in person, virtually. So it doesn't matter if you're on screen or off screen. Like
Right.
they're paying attention to the instructor and figuring out how they're doing, and that's what's important. You're there for you, but you have the support of, and the motivation of the instructors and of the community, and you're not doing it alone.
Right.
So just like good all around.
I think sometimes we just put it in our head, like all the bad things that could go wrong, and maybe it's helpful to just switch it and turn it on its head and think of like all the good things that could happen instead of the like all the negative things that are going on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just telling yourself like, okay, what could be the worst? Like I get a workout in,
right,
and it isn't the best time of my life, but I actually think you'll enjoy it, and the community is awesome, and you'll feel like you got a great workout in. And I always say this, people will say I'm not a workout. I don't like to work out. Like
right.
And I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily do, but I know, like, I feel so much better once I get here, once I press play, once I'm done. I feel like it. So to me, I do love to, because I love all the benefits I get of it and what I get out of it. And I have just this whole different view on it.
Yeah.
So it's really just like changing your mindset, changing your self-talk, and taking that first step. So
yeah, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What about, so we have a lot of people in here who, maybe you lurked or maybe you didn't lurk, but you're already doing it. You're already remixing, but you have that friend or you have that family member who you've been trying to get to class. What would you say, since you are, Mary, I don't know if you know this, Mary Cate is a very good salesperson. What would you say are some tips on how to get those friends, those family members to try it eventually?
So I would ask them why they're not, because they're probably telling you like, oh, I need to work out, or I'd like to, or how is that place that you go to, or I know you've been taking classes, like, are you liking them? So, answer their questions, but you've probably said like, well, come try with me. And then they have some sort of excuse.
Yeah.
So most excuses are like, I don't have enough time.
I would say time.
Or so time, like we all have, we have one set of 45 minutes. And in fact, you don't have to go to the whole class. So you do have time if you want to make time.
We even now have 30-minute classes.
Yes.
You can start
and
with.
Truthfully, you could pop in for 15 minutes, and that's better than nothing.
Yep.
If some people say like, I need to get in shape before, and we offer all levels for a specific reason, and we also we're here to talk to them. So you can say Mary Cate Tricia and the team, they're so willing to like, let me just introduce you, because they'll tell you where to start, but also tell them where you started. Like, I think there was a starting point for you. Like, you may have lurked, or maybe you did take that first step.
Right.
How you felt and how you feel now. Like, tell them why they have nothing to lose. And I think they will realize it.
Yeah.
And also, like, they really just try. You get, if nothing, you'll feel like, I got to work out in, you'll feel better about yourself, and then you can see, hey, what do I want to do next?
Yeah. And I will say, too, don't give up on people either. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're like, I already asked them and they said no. But speaking of my parents, my dad is someone, I think I've shared this story before, but he, way back, he was not a person who worked out at all. And he had mentioned something about like, I should really join a gym. So I convinced my mom to get him as a gift for his birthday, a gym membership. And when he got it, he pouted. Like the biggest baby ever.
He was like, this is not a good
He's
game.
like, what is this? It took him 3 months before he actually used it. But once he used it, there was no going back. Like, he's run marathons. He's done so many things ever since then. But it just took him time and it just took time, and it took me a lot of persistence. Like, hey, did you use that yet?
Just try it. Yeah. But once he did,
right.
Then look at him now. Like, it's part of his life and his routine. So it's true. Don't give up on them. And truly, I mean, I feel like we benefit so much from this. Like, we enjoy working out together. And even whether it's, in person or virtually, like, I love, some of my friends take classes, and I'll be like, oh, I'm popping on, on Sunday afternoon. Who wants to take with me?
Right.
And we get to do something together, even if we're in different places.
Yeah.
And so maybe the other angle could be like, hey, I want a buddy. If they keep putting it off, be like, well, I could really use like the extra motivation. So would you just come to class with me?
Oh, I like that.
I actually think, I mean, for me, it'd be hard to say no to a friend who's asking me to do something like with them. So I think
I like that one.
Don't give up on them. If they are even slightly interested, tell them your experience. And also, if you are lurking, just take that first step. And if you don't even know where to start, just reach out and say, I'm interested, and we will get to know you a little bit better and kind of give you some more details into like what we offer, and we'll talk about your schedule and like where you should start, because we want to help you take that first step. And for all of our current clients and members, definitely tell a friend, bring a buddy. We want you to have those extra accountability buddies because it makes it fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to know your lurking stories. So if you did lurk,
share the lurking stories. Yes.
Yeah, and how long you did, because I think it would be really. I loved that whole reel. It just cracked me.
Yes. Well, and one thing too, I just want to mention, if you are new, we got our new deal.
Yes.
So it's 2 weeks for $39. So definitely scoop that up. And if you are a member and you refer, if you use Mary Cate's tips and you refer a friend, then don't forget about a referral deal. Once they become a member, not only do you get 2 free weeks, but your friend also gets 2 free weeks as well. So it's a great opportunity, and it's always more fun when more people are here, right?
It is. It's just fun to be in a community of like-minded people that are all working, taking care of themselves. And I feel like you want to take care of yourself, but it's nice to be around those other people. So stop being a lurker and tell your friends to stop lurking and come take class. And we will see you all in class soon.
Bye everybody.